We've all heard self-improvement YouTubers talk about, oh, be a YouTuber, start uploading videos, start doing this, start doing that. Listen, I know everyone you've heard about is shitting on jobs, is shitting on fucking full-time jobs and how hard it is and blah blah blah. And yes, it is hard. It is difficult. It is fucking challenging to have a full-time job. It is not optimal when it comes to money or whatever. But listen, for a lot of us, finding a good job that genuinely fulfills you is not that terrible. Like, don't get me wrong, if you're stuck in a fucking night shift in some garbage place, then it is just for the money, you know? Like, nobody would do that for any other reason than money. But when it comes to, like, genuinely, like, working a profession you'd like to work at, as long as the wage isn't terrible, like, there's nothing wrong with that. And there's jobs that genuinely pay pretty well. That pay pretty fucking well. And there's also jobs that don't. Now, where am I getting at? Where's the point here? Well, a lot of YouTubers just say, oh, quit your job, do this, quit your job, fuck jobs, go make a business, go make a YouTube channel, go drop whatever the fuck. I know I'm hypocritical because I'm starting to start a YouTube channel, but that doesn't mean that everybody should. That doesn't mean that everybody even wants to. Maybe some people do want jobs, and even those who don't. Maybe you don't want a job because all the jobs you've worked so far suck dick, and you want a job that doesn't suck dick. Like, I can give you an example. I was in a lab once, and I genuinely had a lot of fun. It wasn't easy. There was a bunch of writing. You had to redo the experiment a bunch of times. It was tedious. You had to learn some new shit. And there's some equipment that if you fucking broke, you're probably gonna be fucked. But it was still really fun. I got to, like, express my creativity, and I also love science. It's just a thing about me, and I had a lot of fun with it, and I could genuinely see myself working there if this YouTube shit doesn't pan out. So it's not like every job is horrible, and just having a job is a demon in itself. It's just about knowing about what you want. It's understanding what you want from life. Do you want to work somewhere, or do you want to take the risk and be your own boss and all that shit, which is not true, by the way. Like, especially when you start out with a business, you are the business. Like, everything about the business is connected to you, so you just have to work extra hard. And even if it does succeed, it's still not a fucking easy thing. There's a lot of hard decisions and managing and shit you're just not gonna be ready for. So, stop trying to, like, don't fucking see businesses as like this be all, the perfect thing. They're not. They're not. But if that's what you want to do, go for it. But be my guest. As long as you're not doing something stupid, be my guest. But if you want to have a job, if you want to maybe get something that's quote unquote easier, or maybe something that's just more fulfilling to you. Like, let's say, for example, you just really like working with wood. You love wood. You want to touch wood every day. Okay, I'm going to stop. You just love crafting things, you know, sculpting things with your own two hands, cutting the wood and all that. And that's all you want to do. Don't go and make a fucking business. Don't make your own shop. You know why? Because when you make your own shop, it's not just about cutting wood. That's a part of it, yeah, but it's not all of it. A lot of it is actually managing the business, staff, fucking paying for it all. So what you end up doing is you actually end up doing all the jobs that you don't want and the wood cutting. But if you get a job in wood cutting, then you just do wood cutting. You don't have to worry about everything else. That's what the managers and the boss are for. Simple as that. Or, you know, maybe something a bit less random than fucking wood cutting. Let's take, for example... Actually, no, I think wood cutting is a pretty good example. Fuck it. Just... Look, man, I'm gonna posit this to you as like a simple question. Is there like one thing you want to do? Like, for example, teaching, studying, learning, sculpting, crafting, engineering? Or do you want to go for the big bucks? Do you like managing? Do you have like a bigger goal than that? Do you have like a bigger purpose? If you said yes to the first thing, if it's just like doing a certain thing, doing a certain job, go get a job in that. Like, you'd be surprised at how many fucking useless crafty people have, for example. Let's say you're a crafty person, you like just making things with your own two hands, right? And you'd say, oh, that's terrible. Like, where the fuck am I gonna find a good job with that, you know? Well, engineering exists. That's what engineering is. You tinker with machines, you tinker with shit. You build it up, you plan it, and then you fucking do it. That's what engineering is, or architecturing. Simple as that. Or you could be a city engineer. You know, the people like design all the sculptures and shit that you see all around. That's a job that pays pretty fucking well. And you could get pretty creative with it. It's not easy. It's not something that just comes around, but it's a pretty good job. Or maybe you're more of an analytical person. Well, just go work in a lab, dude. Like, I'm saying just go and work in a lab. It's not that easy. You have to make a thesis, you have to learn all that shit. But if that's what you really want to do, go for it. Fucking go for it. Just make sure you don't fucking lose yourself, you know? Like, there's a lot of jobs that, like, for example, being a doctor. Being a doctor is a lovely thing. You get a lot of money. It's pretty fulfilling. You're saving people's lives. It's pretty good. But it's a demanding job. It takes a lot of fucking work hours and extras, and you work overnight and all that type of shit, especially at the start. And it's a lot of learning, a lot of money. It's hard. It's really hard. So you gotta really think about it. Like, if I start a family, will this be a job that I want to get, or do I want to spend more time with my kids? If you want to spend more time with your kids, maybe go be a family clinic. Something that's a bit less demanding than fucking emergency room, you know? Like, there's ways to tinker these types of things. You don't have to go for the thing, like, for example, being a doctor. You can go for something close to that, like being a family clinic or being a pharmaceutical guy, which still pays pretty well, but usually lands you more free time. So again, you customize it to your own fucking needs. I can't stress this shit enough. Stop. You listen to all these people say make a business and all that shit. That works for them. That could work for me if this shit pans out, hopefully. I hope it will. But that doesn't mean it's the thing for you. Maybe you hate fucking managing and entertainment value, and it just makes you sick. You feel fake. You know, feel fake editing all this shit, and it just doesn't feel you. You know, you're not a talkative person. You're not that. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe something else would be better for you, or maybe it could be good for you. You could try it out. You know, see how it pans out. See if you like it. I enjoy adding stupid jokes and rambling and all that. That's my thing. I like rambling and I like editing stupid jokes. So I like making YouTube videos. But for you, you might not like that. You might be a more serious person. You might not want to sit in front of a camera for hours in a day and just sit and endlessly fucking edit. Maybe you want something more physical, something more outdoorsy, you know. So instead of maybe becoming a gym YouTuber, for example, you could just be a fucking gym instructor. Yeah. So, long story short, don't listen blindly to the people who tell you, go make a business, fuck jobs, jobs suck. Jobs suck. Don't pick out the wrong jobs. But if there's something you want to do, go do it. Whether it's a job, it's a business, it's a YouTube channel, whatever the fuck it is. Go do that. Oh, and before I go, touch grass, dumbass.